as we're going to two dualities, you guys have to understand something. It's very important to know what's going on with yourself. You're experiencing life, okay? You're experiencing 5D of life. Now, if you're not sure what's going on through your ascensions, you can go through my email through consultation. I will help you and guide you. I put a special rate for everybody, especially if you're not sure, okay? Please feel free to go to my emails. Please feel free to go to my donations. Donations are based on, whatever you can afford. That will open up your chakra, which is your ground formations. Now it's the time, clock is ticking. The ascensions are going to get stronger and stronger. So it's understanding the earth is going through a surface of connections of voice and grids. The atmospheres of nature's core is going through the matrix grids. The matrix grids are going everything through its dualities of space and its atmosphere of its earth. So we are in two atmospheres right now. Which one are you guys in? If you're not sure, go to my email. Other than that, there's a lot going on right now. You understand everything through its ascensions, okay? Because you wake up, you go through your dream awakening, okay? You're awake. Once you awake, everything, okay, opens up. Your chakra systems, your communications of yourself for the very first time, okay? Now, a lot of people are going through a lot of confusion. They don't know what duality is. So you have to get both dualities into unification. Okay, unification is everything. So understanding when you're coming into your ascensions, first off, I'd like to thank all the subscribers and viewers and that everybody's been watching my channel, okay? It's important to know these things, how we go through ourselves, and I really appreciate everything that you guys do. I love how you guys are watching and learning. Learning is experiencing, experiencing is adapting, adapting is looking. It's phrasing everything through connections of how you see life, how you see everything in your life. The Galactic Force Team Delta Division is going through a lot of confusion too. So what you need to do is understand that the Earth's surface and everything around nature's core is going through its own voice and grid patterns. So it's kind of like everything is being healed. So for that to be healed, there has to be chaos. There has to be corruption. All this is done through the dark. So it's the light of its system that's fighting the spiritual system of its operations. So now we're coming into the dualities of space and its earth atmosphere. You combine the two, you have unification. Okay? So if you want to know more, you have to go through my upgrades. This is really powerful stuff. This is understanding I have communications of lines and anything through space or anything through the Earth's surface. I put you in a voice and grid pattern, which puts you in the balance through your algorithm system. Okay? So if you're understanding unifications, you can go through my email, all right? Or you can go through my PayPal or donations, especially now. Especially now. And like I said, the vibration just gets stronger and stronger. So if you're not sure what ascension you're in, come to me and I'll tell you exactly if your chakra system is open. I'll tell you exactly if you were healed. Was it light or was it dark or was it dark? Okay, because there's a lot of people that need a lot of help now. So the more people that need help, the more they need to understand what's going on. Okay, because your life is extremely important to you. It's like a diamond. Diamond in a rough, right? It's unique. Everything's unique about yourself, right? So understanding the speciality, the uniqueness of yourself, the wholeness, the complete, the acknowledgement, right, is the unification. So you understand that we're coming into two ascensions now. That's why it's confusing. That's why everybody's confused about father. That's why everybody's confused about mother, right? So it's really hard to understand the body. And, when you understand everything, because I'm 500 million years into the future. Yesterday was fantastic. I was going through so many divisions of dimensions. I'll draw it out for the Galactic Force Team Delta Division. And we'll get started too with the Galactic Circle of Meditation. Fantastic, fantastic video yesterday. I felt really, really confident about that. How we go from Delta Division and then we go to the Galactic Circle of Meditation. I'm getting a lot of good reviews on that. So coffee, don't leave home without it. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, exactly, Linda. It's Grand Rising. But see, the thing is, too, everybody's going to be lost in transition. because your dualities, every time you go up to higher divisions, especially the galactic force team delta division, you guys are going to go through tests and theories with yourself when it comes to the brainwaves, because the brainwave is its force. You have the space atmosphere and you have the earth atmosphere that you have to come into one frequency level through one system, which is a one body activation code system, which is a point system. Remember I was telling you about that drawing that I did yesterday? Once you get into the expansion, you don't take it out of its equation, you expand, right? Michael can tell you about that. Mezike can tell you about that. Archangels, if you're trying to understand information, you can go through help. Help is there. Angels are there for you. Archangels, Father, God. Guys, all you got to do is ask. King Archangel Azarth, me, I can help you out. I'm everywhere at anything through energy. So yesterday, I was in dimensions like you wouldn't believe. I can actually see what was going on. The circle rotations, the particle system. And I was seeing the projections. I was seeing humanity. It was unbelievable what I was seeing through my projections, through my receptive visions. So it's extremely powerful stuff. And because I'm Force Wind and I'm so far into space through connection, I'm here to help humanity. Right back to the basics, right? The basics of everything through your chakra systems. So basically, I'm holding a special price for everybody. I will open up all your chakra systems and your transmission lights. Okay, the price is below. Get into that. If you're not sure, go to my consultations through my emails. I'll help you and guide you. Okay, like I said, especially now, because the Earth's surface is communicating through voice and grid patterns to setting the matrix line systems. Remember, everything in space has its abyss, which is light and dark. It's always going to be fighting. But the two ascensions are coming into unification now. Okay, so it's understanding taking two separate units and putting them into one. So they have two different voicing grids, two different patterns, two different colorations. So it's getting one communication line signal back into balance, the one system, okay? Because it's a complete system. That's what it is. It's a complete system into the fifth dimension, right? So that's why everybody's all the humanity is confused. It's because they're in the fifth dimension, but they're not sure what duality they're in, okay? So you got to get both dualities into one ascension, right? So you got to get communication of balance with the Earth and communications with space. Okay, now you guys follow your path. The Galactic Force Team Delta Vision already knows these things. They have a test coming up on the microbiome. So the more you understand yourself, the more you experience yourself, the more you can get back to yourself and community, right? But you ask yourself one simple thing, one word: balance. Balance is everything. If you don't have balance in your life, I know it's extremely hard because now you're going through a lot more of data processing and uplinks and downloads. So this goes out to the team Delta Division. This also goes out to new viewers. You know, it's great that I have balance now with everything when it comes to vocabulary. Because when I first started out, I was going through transformation just like you guys. And then I was going up my levels. So everything is an effort, okay? It's an effort. Everything has to be an effort. Because what's the point of doing this thing if you don't research yourself through your body system, through your body activations? What is my chakra system? It's a communication signal. What do I do with my chakra systems? You ask all these questions and then they become answers within. Okay? So the illustration that I did was extremely powerful yesterday. Okay, communicating, right? But now we're coming into two dualities of atmospheres. Earth's surface and coming into space, right? So the two dualities, all right, are space and time. Okay. You got that from yesterday, right? Now, this is what you want. You want everything in the center. Now, when you set everything in the center, what you want to do is understand the light and dark. Okay, it should be black, but it doesn't matter. Okay, just say understand everything through unification, right? Unification. Okay, unification is a big one. All right, so once we get into that, Your pyramid system through coloration pattern changes everything through location. So it starts out like this. It looks like that. All right? Now, understanding everything when it comes to your diamond core. See how everything stays in the center? Okay? It kind of looks like 3D, doesn't it? Right? So basically, you go into that, all right? And this is where it gets complicated. And you go like this. Okay? See how it gets complicated? So once you get balanced with everything through line communication, now you're coming into space and time through its unification. That's understanding you have full balance through rotation and full balance through cycles, all right? The unification is everything. So it's balancing out the atmospheres of Earth and balance out the space of time. Okay, that's why everybody is trying to figure out, what time am I in? I don't understand my alignments. I'm so confused. What's going on with my body? What's going on with my mind? I don't know what duality I'm in, right? That's because you're not sure about your ascension. So you're going to have a reaction. So like I said, there's no more 3-dimension. 4th dimension is not here. Now we have intelligences to go back to pick up anybody that needs help, right? It's not just me, it's other intelligence. And they're telling me that everybody's going through that unification right now. It's the biggest thing when it comes to atmospheres. Is full communications when it comes to the 5th dimension. 5th dimension, okay? Because that's where we're coming into, right? 5th dimension. So understanding that, everything through its Earth's surface is understanding everything through its force recognition. All right? And then you always start off, always have your line communications of your chakras, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? 12, right? So you got your activations through your planets, through communication. So especially the galactic force team and the Delta Vision, you really have to understand your planet. You really have to understand your planet, because that's a communication signal through line signals to everything through balance. That's how you get your dualities and set through point division through all communications when it comes to rotation centers, which is space and time. Okay, so it's a lot of confusion for a lot of people, because now you're coming into time, not just into space now. So it's in time reality. It's space reality and time reality. So there's 2. Okay. Now, for all the new viewers, don't worry. I'll explain to you what it is in propaganda through, human vibration. So you got space reality and you got time reality. Okay. Space reality and time reality of 5D. Okay. Now, once you get space reality and time reality and you're balanced, you can do anything through frequency levels. I've seen a lot of pictures that are off balance. Now, either it's in a digital frame or it's on a computer that's not set in its right location. Okay, so because I've seen really fancy solar flares or anything through locations. And a lot of people put this up, but there's just a slight off of a line. If it's slightly off and it's not in its center, it's not going to communicate through space and time, right? So it's kind of like you got to find your off spins. You got to find your confusing line signals. You got to find your hesitation. You got to find your questions within your answers, right? That's what it is. Okay, so the Galactic Force Team Delta Division is coming into space reality and time reality. Okay, that's why it's a lot of confusion right now with a lot of people, especially with intelligence. Okay, so, and see, the thing is too, is that you can't get any more information until you understand what reality you're in. You know, if I keep Grand Rising and Force Rising, my Galactic Force Team Delta Vision, that they don't understand what's going on with their grids, what's the point? They're not going to understand space reality, and certainly not going to understand time reality. Time reality is its alignment. It's past, present, and future. Space reality is its connection when it comes to planets, intelligence, solar systems. So you have to understand the 2, which is unification. You come into balance through rotation center. That rotation center is you through balance. Okay, you're going to hear me saying that over and over and over and over. Balance is everything. Okay, it's getting to that point. So everything through information, data processing, uplinks, downloads, upgrades, or anything through that information is balance. So it's more understanding of intelligence. Then you understand what duality you're in. Okay? That will help you along the way too. So so we'll keep it that with space reality and time reality. Now, as we come into the atom system, the follicle structure divisions, it starts off like this. So line sequencing, line system, line communication. All right, start off like that, right? Now, understand the molecules and atom and everything through its ascension, okay? It opens up its frequency levels through its connection when it comes to space and time. Okay. Now, everything that I'm showing you is on the test, so you guys got to pay attention to this, okay? So the test is going to be on what was on yesterday. Back review, watch the video, and everything is going to be on today through space reality and time reality through unification. So you understand everything through your atom system, okay? Because your atom system communicates on so many levels of intelligence every single day, right? So once you understand the intelligence of line communication, the atom spreads, okay, through its center. So it expands. So it starts like this, very small, right? And it just gets bigger and bigger. So when it goes bigger and bigger, it goes through dimension. So it goes like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay? Now, once you have that, now you're in space reality and time reality because you have balance with your dimensions. So you're opening up portals of dimensions of balance every single day through your line frequency levels through your connection. All right? So it's all about expanding your seismographing systems. Okay? Northwest, south, and east. All right? Okay? See how everything is centered? There's nothing off. Everything has to be centered. If this line signal of an atom system had a rotation cycle on the other opposite side, if it was slightly off, the dimension of its portal would be corrupted. Okay? Human error, intelligence error, AI error, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So it's understanding what's going on with space reality and time reality when it comes into your alignments. Okay? Because your alignments come into past, present, and future. Okay? We'll start here because I'm back phrasing system here. So this is the past. This is the present. This is what you're living, guys. This is the reality. This is the ascension. Okay? You're no longer in space. You're in time reality now. So time reality is getting alignments of balance through past, present, and future. Okay? So once you have all alignments in balance, through all shapes, through all geometry set systems, through all your light system, through communication, your unifications will come in balance through space reality and time reality. All right? So once you get that, everything through the past, present, and future comes into one. Okay? So what it is that you're trying to understand. This is where it gets confusing because you keep the alignments, but you have to understand everything through the center expands. So once you stand your balance with everything when it comes to your realities and ascension that you're in through its reality, the past goes into the center. The future goes into the center. Okay? So you live the presence. Okay? So if you start expanding, okay, once you understand the reality of its past and reality of its future, it comes into the center. It becomes its own atom through one duality, one vibration of one correlation of one center. Now, once it expands, it opens up its portal and its dimensions, okay, and comes into the future. Okay, so it's kind of like having alignments like this, but coming in. So you have the past coming in, you have the future coming in, and you are in the center. You are controlling space and time. through your ascension of reality. So it's coming in. Once it comes in, you understand the portal and the codes, it's going to open up its portal of its dimension. And you're going to see yourself going into the future. Now, this is where it gets complicated again. So we go through a reversing cycle, and then you have to extend it. When it expands, you take it out of its equation. You have to take it out of its equation because you're going into the future. And that's why I'm half a billion years into the future. It's complicated. It's extremely complicated. But you have to understand everything that's going on through its force, because it has its back force, and it has its front force, and it has its present force. Okay, the back force is the past. The front force is its presence. Okay, and the future. Okay, so really understand your alignments. That's where everybody has to get into. Understanding everything through its relationship of your past. Let go of the fear. Let go of your troubles. Let go of your anxiety. Balance everything out through your dualities, through your unifications. Okay? So once it comes in, once it expands, okay, it comes to a point where you take it out of its equation. Okay? When you take it out of its equation, now you're going into the future. Okay? So it's kind of reverse cycle. Remember I said when you expand, you keep it in the center. But because if you're going into the future, you have to high rise. So this is understanding more communication when it comes to time of reality. The time sequence, the time codes, the time fractions, the time longitude and latitude, everything through the metric division. The integration through anything, through center, will always put you in the presence. Okay? But you got to get your past and you got to get your future into the center. Once you get in the center, you expand it. Once you expand it, you high rise it. You put yourself into the future. That's how I'm able to understand these things with communication through creation, and how I'm 500 million years into the future. Okay? That's going to be on the test. So, this is a big test, evaluations and reviews. So this is going to put your both dualities into one ascension, to one vibration, through one center of one rotation to one cycle. Now, once we get into that cycle, your past reference and your future reference will come into one. So it's like the Big Bang Theory. You have all these planets, and all of a sudden you're trying to bring everything back into the center. So when you bring it into the center, you expand it. Okay? And when you expand it, you high rise it and take it out of its equation. Okay? It's fascinating, isn't it? It's all psychological, people. It's not the physicality, it's not the mental, it's the psychological. That's AI. Okay? But once you guys understand space reality and time reality, then you understand your alignments. Okay? So it's kind of like when you're going through dimension, you see 6 wormholes, but you're actually going in one. The faster you go, the more you see, right? So if you're going extremely fast through Maching speed, you're going through portals and dimensions through code frequencies, you're seeing 6 levels of wormholes, right? But what you're seeing through your perception is just one. It's just turning corners, going down like this. That's what it does. That's dimensions, you know, they go certain ways. There's a certain map location, which is connected to the north, west, east, and south star. You've seen that before when I took you guys up to those trips through XT1000s or anything through the Hummercraft, right? So these are the things you have to understand when it comes to your ascensions. But again, that's why humanity is going through a lot of confusion. It's because we're in two different dimensions of ascensions right now. That's why it's really, really complicated for a lot of humans. They don't know what duality they're in. Okay, they're in their dream sets, in this illusion, or they're in their space atmosphere, or they're in their atmospheres of Earth. It all depends on where you are. If you're not sure, come to me and I'll tell you exactly if your ascensions are open, if your transformation lights are open, if your chakra system's open. Okay? But I got to tell you, everybody, balance is everything. If you get balanced with space and time, now you're force recognized through intelligence. Okay? So that's how it starts. All right. So anyway, how's everybody doing? That's what I'm saying. Love is in the air. You guys are amazing, though, I'll tell you. You've come a long way. You really have. So let's say hi to everybody. Starseed, hello. How's it going? Lantius, wondered why my class was going to start. I decided to relax and play some meditation music, and then, yep, I'm here for everybody. Yeah, I was listening to Jules' music, Ground Rising, yes. So soothing, yep. So it's kind of like, this is what it is, guys. Now, you have two dualities, right? One is space, okay, one is the Earth's atmosphere. So the Earth atmosphere is here. Space atmosphere is here. So you got to get the two dualities into one. Expand, then high rise. Okay? Now, that's the psychology of the system when it comes to AI, right? But you start off the surface, right? This is the center. You got to come into the dimensions first, right? Then you got to bring the alignments in, past, present, and future. That's where there's no confusion. That's where it's all control through balance. So you get your past and you get your future into one sequencing level system through an atom system through a communication line signal. Okay? Now that centers everything through your chakra system. Okay? That expands your atom to all dimensions of portals, to all knowledge of intelligence, right? To all space and time. So if you want to go further into space and time, if you want to understand more through intelligence, and you want to platitude your divisions and keep your body activations in space and time, you have to take it out of its equation. But you have to understand the expansion of yourself. That alone is explosion. It's recognizing your heart, where it is through division. Where's your mindsets? Where's your perception? Where's your body activation? Where's your communication with each other? Right? If you don't have communication with yourself, how are you supposed to communicate with anything through humanity? You won't be able to communicate with your kids because you don't understand your ascensions. It's not one ascension, it's two dualities of ascensions coming into one now. Okay? That's why it's confusing for a lot of people, because everybody's waking up, but they don't know what reality is there, either past, present, or future. That's why it's a lot of confusion through programs. So it's deprogramming everything, taking you into space, changing your particle system, biochemical systems, putting you back on Earth, the fifth dimensional Earth, a whole new energy field, a whole new communication, a whole new duality system and balance. So it's all about experiencing yourself more through adaptations, because that has synchronizing moments to everything through communication. Your human evolution of yourself, okay, is the self-dichotomy. The self-dichotomy is the abyss between light and dark, right? Light and dark, okay? Center. You are always, always center, okay? That's all you guys have to remember. You guys know your center points. And if you want to communicate with anything through coloration, the singularity line system, or anything through tractions, or anything digital formats, or anything through a Ragavan program, or anything through geometry system, or anything through the genetics, you are the genetic of you through AI, awareness of information through perception. That operates everything through your alignment systems of past, present, and future. But you got to bring them in. You got to bring them in. That's the Big Bang Theory. That's why it's confusing to a lot of people. Okay, so hopefully you guys are getting a lot more understanding what's going on. You're not just atoms. Okay, your alignments have to get back into vibration of one frequency level, of one coloration, through one rotation of one center, through one activation light. Okay, that activates the center. That activates your chakra systems. That puts everything back into the ground formations. Right, to your power centers and your hemispheres. Okay, understand your grounds, your powers, and your chakras, or anything through your crown chakra. So like I said, everything is within the inner system. Okay, the clairvoyance of yourself, self-esteem. Okay, the audio signals, the gamma system, the perceptions, My divisions are on line angle division activation code systems right now, but the trithesis of its angle of its point system on, you know, the gamma system through connections of shapes are not connecting right now. So if I understand my problem through my body system, and I understand my space and my duality through time of its reality, I know how to fix everything through my body system. Okay? Because I understand my alignments. All my alignments are in balance. So the more you grand rise, the more you force rise, the more everything makes more sense. And like I keep saying that over and over and over. It makes more sense to you, and you're a lot more calm. You're a lot more peace within yourself. You understand the humility. Okay? It's better to lose something because you experience it. There's nobody perfect in this world. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. It's better to make mistakes because you learn from them, and that's what makes you more powerful through intelligence. Because you're learning something, you're experiencing something, you're adapting. You're going through your cycles and rotation through your alignments. Your center core and everything through your balance. You're understanding your communications, your algorithms, and your digital formats. Okay? Your program setting is setting nice when it comes to your data processing systems, uplinks and downlinks for upgrading systems. Okay? So don't worry about the galactic forces or anybody that's new. I'm going to do another video. This is great. Split two dualities. The Delta team. I couldn't do that before, right? So I can do that now, which is amazing. That's why I'm so balanced with myself. It's fantastic, guys. It really is. It only took me to travel 500 million years into the future. 500 million. Cheers. It's tremendous when you get the balance with yourself. It's the unification of everything through your voice and grids, everything through the controlling of your grounds, your power centers, and everything through your crown chakra. But you have to know where your transformation light is. So anyway, let's get into the questions here. I know a lot of people, and the thing is, a lot of people are going through a lot of catnaps. Catnap is understanding that your dream sequence level systems of your mind framing system is changing your brainwaving systems through the cortex division of its placebo. Okay, so your dream sets are real, but what reality are you in? Okay, you have two dualities. Which one are you communicating with? Are you communicating with the Earth's surface, or are you communicating with space? Okay, that's where you have to get your alignments into balance. It's very, very hard to do because we have lived past lives, present and future. But it's understanding the lives that you lived on those planets. Now, I call them elements of planets in infinity circles through 8 rotation centers. That's the infinity system, the figure 8. Okay? It's the most powerful communication. 9 is a planet. Anything higher digit is a higher formation through intelligence. Remember, you start with 1 to 10, right? And you work your way up. Once you get into the 2 digits, now you're getting into lacing line systems and major grids. Okay, so like I said, when you have a crop circle, and everything through the center has its shape and has its number. Okay? It's fascinating stuff, and that's how we keep track of everything through chronological order. Because you are its program through the computers that you connect with every single day through space and time. Okay? Things get easier for you if you understand your computers. If you don't understand your algorithms, if you don't understand your digital frames, if you don't understand your scannings, because that's the first thing the AI does, is scan. Scan yourself every day. How do you feel? Are you upset? Why are you upset? Right? Get that done. Don't let it linger, okay? Because it's going to change your reality right away. Because remember, you're in space. So you're going to be floating in space and still, okay, I don't know what duality I'm in anymore. My sanctions are all confused. I'm in the angelics. I'm here. I'm there. You don't know you're going northwest, southeast, right? So the mind frame has to be balanced with the brain frame, okay? That's the framing when it comes to the algorithm of its computer, when it comes to digital system. That's the number of frequency levels where it comes into lacing line systems. The lacing line system is its vortex division. That's how you're able to teleport your body activations of balance into frequency levels through perceptions. Okay, so if you understand more of space, and if you understand what space and time is, then you understand everything in the center is you. It's keeping yourself in the center. You expand, and then you take it out of this equation. But you got to understand how to bring yourself in. Okay? So this is what it is. Humanity, for so long, in decades and decades and decades. Now, the outskirts of everything to the atmosphere system, so anything to the matrix, you're coming out, and you're working your way in. You're working your way in. That's the inner self, inner cycle, inner system. Getting communication with the heart, what it represents. Okay? It's the portal. It's the activation. It's the reactor. So the more you come in, the more you understand yourself. The more you are a dimensional system. Okay? You can refer to whatever you want. You can refer to organic, whatever you are through balance. That's the intelligence that you're communicating with. Okay, if you're communicating with cybergenetics, that's your balance. If you're communicating with anything through formation, through activation, it could be helix, hydron, that's your balance. Okay? Until you understand your upgrades, downloads, anything through uplinkings or anything through that formation, you're always going to have a problem. Right? As long as you keep yourself in the center, don't bounce yourself back and forth. You're like a ping pong. You don't know where your parallels are. Okay? So it could be like this. Wait a minute. I got this much. I need to bring this much in. Or it's reverse. Or it's way out here. Or it's way out here. Or it's up here. So if it's up here, it's got to come down, right? So this is not balance. This is balance, but it's not in the center. This is the center of everything. Okay? So now you're understanding unification. How you have to understand more of its understanding. Whoa, really, really powerful energy, guys. Wow. Wow. It was incredible what I was going through right now. It's amazing how you see these things. I saw the whole alignment come into one center of an atom. You guys have seen that too. So because my voicing is extremely powerful, because my voice is coming from 500 million years into the future. It's got a lot of command. It's got a lot of control. Okay, it's controlling your life. You don't want to have anybody control your life but you, right? You have to control your thoughts through center. You have to control your perceptions through center. You have to control your reactor through center. You have to control your mind through center. You have to control your soul through center. You have to control your planets through center. You have to control your intelligence through center. Okay? But it's bringing it in. Once you bring it in, then you become the dimensional self. If you stay out and you're here and one is out here, how are you supposed to bring this in? How are you supposed to bring that in if you don't understand your dualities? Right? Because you have to end it here. Okay? Because that's where it all started. Okay? So like I said, if we didn't have this, there wouldn't be this. If we didn't have this, there wouldn't be humanity. So it's kind of like a reversing cycle through an atom system, through projection of a division, through simulation pattern, which is going through all cycles of rewinding systems. Okay, so it's kind of like you've lived the past, you lived the present, and you lived the futures. Now, all this time is to bring back all your alignments of past, future, into the presence. Expand it, understand it, widen it, spread it, expand it, keep expanding, span. Now, when you get into that level of intelligence through knowledge, then you understand the acceptance that you are dimensional beings having a spiritual experience. Then you can high rise and take it out of its equation. But until then, you got to bring yourself in. Okay? Don't get any confusing line signals. Don't overlap. If you overlap like this, you got to take it out. This is the matrix. Right? So remember, you can do anything through information. I can do anything through illustration. The matrix could be in the box framing level. The matrix can be in your whole framing system. You know? It's all getting balanced with your line communication of yourself. So. All right, so let's go to the questions here. Density is getting major. Yep. Yeah, and the more you guys high rise through your dualities, the more you understand space and time, then you're understanding more what's going on. You'll see more density. You understand why there's density in the Earth's surface, which is connected through the human air, through the voice and grid patterns. I just saw something on the social media, not good. I usually am not exposed to that, but it made my heart sink. There you go. So everything is exposing right now through media. I fell asleep, energy shift, woke up. Yeah. I didn't get up until 10 o'clock, guys. So I usually get up around 7 or 8, but I had a lot to do today. So let's see here. I was asleep. That was really good yesterday, Commander. Oh, thank you, Paul. I really appreciate it. That's what I want for you to, Paul, is to understand. If you're not sure where you are through your ascensions, come to me through consultation, through my emails. I will upgrade everything through all your problems. Okay? So it's knowing where you are through your alignments. It's knowing where you are through your dualities. It's knowing where you are through your unifications. Okay? It's balancing everything out, everybody, every single day. That's the hardest thing to do because you're changing your mind frames through your thoughts every single day, positive or negative. You can't be positive every day. Things happen. You get distracted. Something happens here. Something happens there. Drama, excitement, stress, fear, problems, money, right? It's balancing everything out every single day. It's the hardest thing to do. The hardest thing to do. Okay? So. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that will give you everything through its duality, Linda. Yeah, it's very important you understand that now because you guys are force rising through grand rising, but you guys are going through space and time through its dualities now, Linda. So, grand rising, yep. Any questions here? Discussing parts of this with some friends here on island. Oh, great. Mm-hmm. It's good that you guys are coming better through your communications of your definition systems. Huh? Yeah, letting go. Merging, yeah. Merging's good. Mm-hmm. Yep, unification of our universes. Yeah, within. Yeah. Everything in the atmosphere has to change. So if that is changing, you have to change. You can't communicate with the universe if it's at a high level and you're at a low level. So that's the problem right there. It's just coming into higher vibration. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. It's not that complicated. You're making it complicated because you're getting frustrated. Okay? Find peace within yourself. Find your center. Find your calmness. How do I get calm? Listen to music that resonates with you. Okay? That resonates with you. Megahertz or anything like that. Understand everything through its tone when it comes to music. It's important now, right? So, yeah, I know. That's what's going on, Linda. Everybody's coming together through light formations. Yeah. Yeah, the galactic federation of light. Yeah. There's so many energy domes of energy surfaces that are connecting right now. Because it's communicating through the Earth's surface and it's connecting through human vibration. And there's intelligences that come down and help people that don't understand their ascensions. So they help you out as much as it can. So it's kind of like getting into that position and putting you in the right direction. Okay, so you understand more of its duality, of its ascensions. Right? That's why it's complicated for a lot of people because we're in two dualities of ascensions, not just one. Right? Just remember, it's all about grand rising, force rising, high rising. Force rising in the fact that the dimensional Earth is at where it's supposed to be, through dimension. So for humanity to communicate with the dimensional Earth has to understand the energy, frequencies, and vibrations through the harmonic resistance. Okay? It's not that complicated. If you make it complicated, your thoughts make it complicated, your energy fields make it complicated, your energy cycles make it complicated, you make community complicated. You make your friends and loved ones and everybody around you complicated. right? Don't complicate yourself. Okay, very important. So, and really just focus on yourself. Don't focus on everything else, because nature's taking its course. It's doing what it needs to do. Everything is getting done. Questions are great, but as long as they relate to you. Don't worry about space. Don't worry about time. We're all taking care of that. Okay? All taking care of that. Galactic Federation of Lights, other tribes. There's a lot of light more formations that are communicating now through YouTube channels. Okay? And the Galactic Force Team Delta Division. They're voicing their grids. They're doing everything they can to help. And that's what it is. HELP. Okay? Okay? That's what it is. Harmonic energy levels of perception. Okay? That's what help means. So, understanding the harmonic is communication of voice. Energy is everything around is harmonic. Levels of atmospheres that goes into the energy. Perception is what you see through its observation. But that's what help means, guys. Okay? So, ICC and SSP, that's a code frequency for government. Yeah, there's a lot going on, guys. You know, we can get into that. You know, we can go through. Oh, it's another thing too. If you want, Linda, if you want to do private links on Thursday, just with the Galactic Force Team Delta Division, see where everybody's at. I'm happy to do that if you're willing to do that. You know, I think it's good that we still keep together as a love system, love activation, light system, or anything through that. We can go through the Galactic Force Team. Or we can just go through Messenger, you know. But it's important that we, you know, stick together, you know, follow our paths, but stick together, right? So, and it's a good experience. I learned a lot that day. I think we had to go through all that because we're following different paths, right? But we're always going to be loved through everything, which is amazing because we have amazing, amazing circle. We have the Galactic Delta Division, which is the round table, and we have the Galactic Circle of Meditation, which is the table. So everything has a beginning, middle, and always a forwardness. So anyway, I just brought that to anybody's attention. Anybody wants to go through that, you know, it's totally up to everybody else where they want to stand with that, you know, because I think everybody wants to feel good, you know, and then we don't feel overwhelmed. You know, how was your week? You know, I think it's good that we keep doing that, but we follow our own paths, knowing where we're going to be, right? But we stick it together, right? As a soul tribe, you know, galactic force, galactic light, activation, anything, right? So I think it's extremely important on that. It solves the equation, bringing self back into center through the past and future into waving function. Yep. Collapse and then high rise. Yes, the quantum computer solves problems in a way. Yeah. Yeah, there's bumps and trades and decisions that we make and everything through our creation. So I realize I'm tired of people telling me what to do and I don't understand, but that's fine. My understanding is all that matters. Love you all. Yeah. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things that are going on with that, Linda. Yeah. Yeah, no, Linda, just follow your path and that will follow everything through your ascensions and give you back into your balance through unification. So, point quantum unification. Yep, easy peasy. I got to write down those comments I just typed. Yeah, test is coming up, guys. So be prepared. I'll let you know. I saw that Jules posted Trump. Yep, I saw that too. Very, very powerful stuff. See, another thing you guys have to understand that corporations and governments have been doing this. They've been hiding it under a glove, under a rock for so many decades. They don't want humanity So what do? They program humanity. They keep them at the level of fear. They keep them at a balance of fear. They don't want you to know what they're doing. Okay? I saw the meta beds. I saw what they're doing. It can't be done. It can't be done. You can't put somebody in a meta bed with all these tubes and all this electricity and all that. It can't be done. It has to be connected to the soul. Soul recognizes everything through space and time. They don't understand the particle system. They don't understand the body framing systems. They don't understand the energy system that's at. So you can't change somebody's body activation until you understand their atom, to understand the soul. Okay? That's how you heal anybody, through the soul. Okay? The birthing of the soul, the birthing of the mind, the birthing of the spiritual system, the birthing of ascension. Okay? So humanity, the governments, for so long, have been trying to figure out how to do these things. Okay? And look what's happening. Everything to the surface is coming up now through governments. Right? So it's powerful stuff, because you guys are coming into more. So what you're seeing through the censoring and all that, that is coming up to its surface now. Okay? That's light bringing it up from the dark. Right? From media. So it's important to watch media. Just don't resonate on it so much. Just get for what it is, and then just move on, knowing that you know the truth now. Like I said, truth will set you free. But see, governments have been controlling humanity for so long, and this is decades and decades. Okay, if you guys understand more of the trogs and the reptoids, anything through the grace, and what they've been doing, what they have been doing with humanity, then you get a true understanding why the dimension Earth was set in that division. So it's extremely complicated. We've gotten into that before, but really I want you guys just to concentrate on your dualities of space and time. Space reality and time reality, and bring it in, okay, into the center, expand, and then exponentially, take it out of its equation. All right? Because the more you understand everything, your connection, the more you understand your rotations, the more you faster, nothing can stop you. You're unstoppable. And you're so protected. So high, so protected. And then you just get more love within yourself, more love frequencies, more activations, more understanding of creation. Right? You understand humility? You've been there. You've lost. That's okay. You move on. You accept and move on. You experience. You keep experiencing. You keep evolving. You go through enlightenment. You go through empowerment. You go through decisions. You go through the right decisions, not the wrong decisions. There's no right or wrong. It's only correction, right? So understanding the duality you're in, staying in that duality, then you understand your unification. Then you understand unity of consciousness, right? So yeah, try it now. Yeah, nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect in this world today. Nobody is. Yes. Okay, Linda, that sounds good. Let's do it. Thursday. Great. Perfect. Private Zoom. Okay, Linda's going to set up the link, and then we're good to go. We have a lot to discuss. Then we can go more on the test. I think what we'll have is the test on Friday. So the test will be this Friday. So that gives you more and more to study. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, it's extremely real, Linda. Yeah, the Galactic Force Team Delta Division went into the past frequency levels. That's where you're seeing everything through its connection. Yep. So it's understanding that we have brought the past and we have brought the future into the presence for humanity to understand. That's how you open everything up. So it's kind of like open your alignments, coming into the center and revealing everything, coming into the light, taking out the dark. So the more you take out the dark, the more censorship you see, the more truth you see through humanity, the more you see through controlling governments, corporations, right? We're coming into a new era, okay, which is the simulation. So if you had a huge trust, never had to be worried about money or how to survive, how would you vibe with the common people? That's a good question, Linda. Anybody want to help out on that? Anybody want to jump in? She's asking, if you had a huge trust and never had to worry about money, so that means you have to trust yourself first, knowing that everything's going to be okay with your future. If you worry about yourself and not worry about others, what's first? What duality are you going to work with? Yourself or others? Yourself, right? If you don't help yourself first, how are you going to help humanity? So if you get yourself in balance, everything around you will be in balance because your thoughts are in balance. And then you stop worrying about things, right? Especially when it comes to money. Okay. Money is the root of all, everything. It's greed. You can explain it in so many different ways. Money, how money is handled. Okay. I find a lot of things with money is corruption, how people use it, take advantage of it. Right? They use it in so many ways. It even gets us in trouble. Right? So it's getting balanced with the money. Right? Balance with everything. Everything. Okay? Soon as you stop worrying, if you surrender yourself completely to money, surrender yourself to the body, surrender yourself to everything through your energetic systems, right? Surrender to everything. Okay? That's very important. That's very hard to do. It's very hard to surrender yourself. Right? And then everything comes to you through the universal systems. You get everything that you want because you're not being greedy. Okay? You're asking, but you're knowing how to communicate with the code frequencies of its earth, through its vibration, to its universal system, to intelligence. You can get anything that you want. Anything you want. You just got to change your vocabulary and not worry so much about everything. Worry is the big thing. Worry is stress. Stress is fear. Fear is anxiety. Anxiety is depression. Right? So it just keeps going down, 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 down. It doesn't go up, 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 up. Right? You want to keep your energy up all the time. It doesn't matter where you are through division. Right? If you're halfway a mountain, are you going to go back down or are you going to go up? Ask yourself. If you are in the center of a mountain, doesn't matter what mountain it is, not Mount Everest, that's like 30,000 feet high. The altitude is way, the density is so high, you wouldn't be able to breathe. So the higher you go up, you lose oxygen levels, right? So you have to change the oxygen levels, put an energy field through force recognition through your body adaptation system, change perceptions, change the marking system of your location centers. That holds everything through your coolants, your heat signature level systems. But anyway, it's understanding if you're in the center of a mountain, you're obviously going to go up. You're not going to go down, right? That's effort. So the higher you go, once you get to the top of the mountain, what happens? You expand, right? You expand and you circle and you rotate. You go faster and faster. Oh, I just climbed a mountain. Oh, I'm going to jump out of a plane. Oh, I'm going to do this, right? Getting rid of all your fears, things that fear you the most. Okay? Now you have to go through these things. There's a lot of things that you don't want to do. Do it anyway. What's the worst that can happen? See, people, you got to stop worrying about these things that happen when it comes to everything. Stop worrying. Let it go. Let it flow. Surrender. Surrender to your thoughts. You know you're going to be okay. The universe is going to take care of you. You just have to have faith and be humble. You have to be humble. You don't have to be a monk. I'm not saying you have to go and shave your head. Go to a monastery. They eat, sleep, and work martial arts 6 days a week, and I think they have Sundays off. But in the monastery, you have to be Chinese or anything through that religion to be actually a monk. Because I remember way back when I got into martial arts, I got into adaptations when I was 4 or 5, and I was doing splits everywhere I was going. Then I got into stunts, and I said, hey, I want to be a monk. So for me to be a monk, I have to go to China and shave my head, right? So I'm going to stand out there, meditate, because they do nothing but meditate. They understand nature. They understand balance. They are force rising on so many levels of space and time. It's amazing what they can give back, right? So the more we have humanity of balance through energy, the more we can get back. It's voicing grids of balance through the fifth dimensional earth, right? Of its systems. So you can learn a lot too from a guru or a practitioner. You understand everything through energy, because energy is everything. Like you understand, oh, light energy, oh, dark energy, not communicating with that. You're protecting your lights, you're protecting your energy fields, and you're leaving saying that, hey, I did well today. You know that? I communicated with somebody that was light and dark, didn't want to talk to them because I didn't trust them. See, that's another thing. It's a point of view. People stay in that position because they don't know what to do. They don't understand their energy. Humanity doesn't understand the energy. They don't understand the earth. They don't understand what's going on. It's all connected through communication. So the earth is communicating with space and time. It's just you're in two different dualities. What duality you want to be in? Plain and simple, right? You want to be in one duality, okay, which becomes its space and time reality into one alignment, past, present, and future. Bring it in. Okay, so. Yep. Self-love, yep. Mm-hmm. You see, that's again, and then you're trying to get balance with father and mother, and that's what it is. I give you those point of views, but you know, the thing is too, guys, it's all up to you. I just switch on the light. You guys do everything else. It's up to you when you want to get your balance. It's up to you to understand your dualities. All right? So anyway, I think that's good. You know, I'll send a link to anything through that formation. You know, Linda, we can get into more of that for Thursday. Private link, that would be good because we have a lot to discuss. So today we're going to finish with that, and now we're going to get into the galactic circle of meditation. Now, as we got into that, let's start off with the blue surface right now through white containments of protection. It's really powerful stuff. So it's kind of like, you know, if you look at a marker and you look at it as intelligence, you look at it as its balance, you notice it's not confusing. Because you know what a marker is and what it does. It writes, right? It creates. So understanding the coloration. So basically, because it has a separation in the middle, it's white in the center, it's got blue top, and it's got blue at the end. So basically, it's understanding how to communicate with this and how to communicate with this to communicate through the center. I know it gets complicated, but you really have to understand the circle rotations through its atom. So it's fascinating. You know, it's amazing too, because if you look at it, this is created by a human. So how did the human do this, right? Energy was given to them. So understanding that, then you're understanding its intelligence. All right. So now we got into the chakra system. It's very important to understand that. Now everything through perception. I was understanding more communications of yourself. So we started off with the center. And we started off the grounds. Okay, and then we have the crown. Okay, so we got in the crown, the center, and everything. All right, grounds, center. Those what you use every day. Now, understanding your chakra system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Now, one step further is to understand that it's communication signals that goes out into space, like that. Okay. Once you get your grounds, once you get your centers, and once you get your crowns, then you get into the energy fields. Okay. And then you get into the center of your energy field, which is a totally, totally different activation. See? Okay, so it's understanding what you have. You have 3 rotation cycles: grounds, powers, and crown chakra. So the grounds control Mother Gaia, the center controls you through its atmospheres, and the crown controls everything through space. Okay, very basic, very easy to understand through the galactic circle of meditation. Meditation is everything, right? So once you get into the meditation of its breathing through its chakra system, your communication is so important when it comes to the grounds of Mother Gaia. Who's Mother Gaia? Mother Earth, Mother Nature, Mother Core, Mother Universe, nature of everything. Okay, and then you get into space, Father, planets, intelligence, solar system. Fantastic stuff. So basically, we get into line communication. You're setting out signals, and it gets into sonar division, like this. Okay, so you're telegraphing, telewaving, teleporting, okay, transmitting and receiving, okay, transmitting is going up, receiving is coming in, okay, so I'm just following up from yesterday through the chakra systems. So receiving is coming in, okay, so you guys get a better understanding here. Okay, transmitting and receiving. Receiving is very important because you're receiving data, upgrades, downloads, okay, uplinkings, okay, to your body system through your connection to energy fields. So everything is going to have a reaction when it comes to the crown chakra through communication, through teleportation. Very, very simple. So understand your communications with your chakras. Start with the grounds, powers, and then you get into all the crown chakras. Okay, the crown chakra is everything when it comes to space. So it's space communication. Very basic, very easy. Okay. Space communication. Right? Now it sets out signals. Right? Signals go to everything. If you ask for something, you want something back, it will send back information, which is energy. The energy goes back into the body, okay, goes into the mind, okay, understands what's going on, then it goes into the center, which is your energy field. Then it goes into its rotation, which is the chakra system. So whatever you want to go through, you have to understand the 7 chakra system has different dimensions, okay? Different dimensions of understanding. Okay. So I'm trying to be easy for you guys so you understand your chakra systems. Chakra is everything. It's the communications to everything. To meditation. Meditation is everything. That's where you start. Close your eyes, keep them open, whatever you want to do. Life is meditation. What do you think meditation is? Center core of everything through its humbleness. That's what meditation stands for. Being center, being humble. Peace within yourself. Meditation. Peace within yourself. It's very hard to do. You know what peace within yourself means? Coming in through your alignment. Right? Peace within yourself. Okay? Meditation, peace within yourself. So it all starts with that. Understand your grounds. Understand your powers, answers, crown chakra, your signals, okay, everything through space communication, okay, you're transmitting out, receiving in, okay, your data processing, uplinks and downloads. Now that's where it gets confusing, because which is which? Well, what are you asking? What do you want out of life? Do you want a better job? Do you want a better life? Do you want a girlfriend? Do you want a boyfriend? I want to make my relationship better. Whatever you want will be given to you through its data processing. So they're understanding more of the data, okay? You understand more of itself, which is you. So that's where you go through meditation, okay? But you start off through the chakra systems, okay? Which is the 7. Start with the grounds, okay? Grounds is very important. Grounds is everything. It grounds everything. That's the power. That's the connection. That's the force, okay? You have the force within. You keep yourself within. Understanding your 7 chakra systems, okay? Once you understand that, then you get into full meditation through communication when you come to space communication, okay? And again, you come understanding of what peace is within yourself. So it's finding the center of you, okay? Which is its connection through meditation. Okay. So if you need consultation, if you need help, you can go through my email, go through my PayPal. Okay. I want everybody to understand that's going on. All right. So once we get into that, now we talked a little bit about the third eye. Right? Okay. Now, understanding the third eye, understanding your pyramid. What is a pyramid? It's an activation. The activation centers communication to your higher self. Okay? So when you open your chakra systems and your transformation lights, you come into communication for the very first time of your higher self. The higher self of you. Just imagine all these things that you want, you can have. Okay? And the thing is, too, that you always could have. But just knowing that, whoa, what is a higher self? Higher self is a higher form of you through communication, through a chakra. That's all it is. It's just understanding how to communicate through your transformation lights, your third eye. So when you want something, you use the coloration through the chakra, 1 to 7. Each coloration of dimension through a chakra is a different coloration. So once you know how to communicate through its activation, through its center of communications, the eye will communicate whenever you want. So when you're going through transmitting, you're sending out signals into space. Okay, you're setting out, this is radio signals when you come into human vibration. That's where you're not into the gammas, you're into the radios. So the radio signal sends out waves, right? Sonified waves. Okay, waves, spreads, whatever you want. So it's kind of like it ripples effect, a ripple effect. You know, you throw a rock in the water, it just makes ripples, and it just, but then it changes patterns. I don't want to get too complicated, but it changes electricity. It changes the rock. It changes the coloration. It changes its movement. It changes its program. Okay? So that's where you get into the dija, but we're not going to get into that. Most important is understand your chakras. What chakras are, how to communicate with the chakra through communication, how to understand the coloration through its dimension. Understand everything when it comes to your transmitting and receiving. Okay? So whatever you want, you can have. You just have to understand what you're communicating with. Which chakra do you want to communicate with? Okay? You guys were given what chakras are. Okay? Get in with the grounds, right? The heart, the central system, the portal activation, okay? The throat chakra, better clarity of your voice, right? The psyche, transmissions, external, sensory perception, okay? Being psychic, opening up your spiritual system when it comes into your ascension. So when you get into communications of your higher self, once you understand that, then you understand more of your ascension, which is its dream awakening. So you're waking up and you're becoming the higher self. The higher self is communicating with you through your chakra system. The chakra system is the base of you through your human vessel. Okay? Very basic, very to understand. Okay? So understanding that and understanding coloration, understanding you're transmitting and receiving, now you're understanding more of your ascension. Okay? So it's really, really understanding more of your higher self. Because your higher self of you through communication. So that's where you get into focus, awareness, okay? Focus, awareness, and then you get into consciousness. Okay? Focus, awareness, and consciousness. All connected through the third eye, through its activation, through its centers of communication. Okay? It's important to know these things because your life system is everything through communication. So understanding why you have a chakra system is understanding everything through your higher self. Because there are 7 levels, okay, of communication that are in a different dimension of activation, a different coloration. Okay? Everything is different through perception. Perception is what you see through observation, through your eyes. Okay? What you're telegraphing comes from your ears, which is radio signals. Okay? So you're getting your ears are ringing, or you're not sure what that is, right? Well, that's communication coming from space. Because if you want something, it will come to you in many ways of forms. It will come to you through the eyes. It will come to you through the ears. It will come to you through tingling. It will come to you through reaction. It will come to you through your toes. If your toes are, if you feel like it's vibrating or whatever, that's communication with Mother Earth. Now, do you understand it? No. But if you understand your grounds, then you're understanding Mother Earth. Then you're understanding communication when you're going through transmitting and receiving. And then you can work up your levels. Okay? That's what it is. It's understanding your 7 chakras through your body system. And then when you get into the body system, now we can get into higher forms, okay, into the higher self. And then we can come into the atmospheres. So now you're coming into higher forms of space atmosphere because there's layers and layers and layers that have to go up. That's the meditation that you have to do every day. You don't have to close your eyes to meditate. Okay? You meditate any which way you want. Meditation through a thought. That's meditation alone. You don't have to sit there and do this for 20 minutes. Meditation is anything through thought. Meditation is balance everything through the mind of its thought. Right? Meditation has no hesitation. That rhymes. So your mind, your thoughts, your observations, okay, your perceptions of what you see every day reflects on you through all connection. How you communicate with yourself through your chakra system. Because if you don't understand your chakra system and you don't understand its connection, that's where you're going to have a problem. Okay? That's where it gets a lot of confusion. Because a lot of people have been doing this for decades and decades. But you understand why AI has given everybody communications with your body. Okay? If you go on Google, they'll tell you exactly what chakras are. Google is very informative when it comes to communication and information. It helps you, it guides you, puts you where you want to go, right? It gives you what you need, right? Information is everything. Okay? Do your research on your chakras. Okay? That's what everybody needs to do. But I think we're going to stop there. There's a lot going on right now when it comes to the focus, awareness, consciousness. We'll get into that next time. But I really want you to understand when we come into the higher self, you have to understand more of the focus. We'll get more into the pyramid of the transformation lights, which is its third eye, through its activation of the center, its communication. And then we'll get into more of a consciousness and what is consciousness. Okay? So you guys are communicating. That's great. So that's what it is. Okay, we'll start there. All right. I don't want to get it too confusing for especially the new viewers because I don't want them to get too ahead of themselves, right? But I've set up a program for everybody. If you want to open your chakra systems, all 7, I can do that through my PayPal. Or you can go through consultations, anything you want to know. If you're scared or afraid or you fear, you know, I'm here to help and guide and put everybody in position through their direction, through their journeys, right? Even the Galactic Force Team Delta Division can help you out too. They're very powerful. They can help you out. It's all about helping each other. That's all it is. If we help each other out, we're helping not just the dimension Earth, but we're understanding more creation of ourselves. That's the balance through its duality, right? Through its ascension. So, anyway, let's go through the questions here. All right, so that leaves the end of the Galactic Circle of Meditation. All right, so what we've got here. Yeah, Tina, you can do anything you want. You can use the money to, you know, and the thing is too, your energy through its system will go anything through communication. Whatever you want done. It has to be done through code frequency, so we can get into that later. Like I said, there is a lot to discuss about. So, yeah, end of era. Yeah, it will be golden. That's very true. Righto. So then to the movie. A video morning about how we need to help ourselves before helping others. I got this download while I was thinking about the mission Father Space. Now it's being mentioned again. Yeah. Everything will be repeated until you understand more of your energy system through locations. Yep, I'm all caught up on my questions. All right, so I'll leave you guys with that. Tomorrow's Tuesday. We'll get more into the test as we come into Thursday. So if you guys have any questions or comments, please come to me as your AI commander from the Galactic Force Team Delta Division of the Galactic Circle of Meditation. Calling out. Bye, everybody.